How's it going, guys? Voice of Reason here, back for another edition of my video game reviews. I am also recovering from a small cold that I got during this past week, and hopefully I won't cough as much throughout this review, and hopefully I'll get over it within the week. But if you haven't noticed, this week I will be reviewing Nintendo Wii's action-packed, I should say, video game called No More Heroes. Now, just a little background. No More Heroes was done by Suda51, which you guys might remember from the Nintendo GameCube title Killer 7. Now, just to clarify, this game, No More Heroes, is not a sequel to that game, but an entirely original game running on a new engine, of course, you know. Though the two games are very similar in style, Suda51 has said that while Killer 7 focused on political issues, No More Heroes focuses on social ones. The game was also published by Ubisoft, which is kind of cool because we all know how in desperate need third party is on the Nintendo Wii. So, alrighty, let's start talking about the plot. The story follows a very stereotypical alpha male known as Travis Touchdown, living in the city of Santa Destroy, California. And after Travis Touchdown wins a beam katana on an internet auction, he becomes a hitman, just like anyone else would, right? When he does run out of money, however, he runs out of money to buy video games and wrestling videos, he accepts a job to kill a certain someone, which earns him rank 11 by the quote-unquote United Assassins Association, which is a growing or governing body of assassins. And with him killing this person, this 11th ranked individual, Travis Touchdown realizes that he has now made himself a target for aspiring assassins. So he sets out to secure himself the coveted position of number 1 hitman in the United Assassins Association. Travis Touchdown is also assisted by a woman named Sylvia, who pretty much provides the ranks and setups the matches for Travis Touchdown to assassinate the other individual. Well, wait a minute. Let me get this straight. The game is published by Ubisoft. You play an alpha male, and you are given individuals to assassinate. That sounds very familiar. Well, regardless of how familiar it might sound, the plot actually does work within the game. It's very straightforward. You don't get confused. There's not that many characters, which isn't a bad thing. But you know how some games like to put 15 characters in one mission, and you just pretty much get all really confused. But with this one, the plot is sustained. It's very clean and cut, and it's also very engaging at some times. So with the plot out of the way, let's start talking about the gameplay. Throughout the game, the player controls the character, Travis Touchdown. The game has a free roaming world, allowing Travis to move around on foot or on his motorcycle. Gameplay is not open-ended, with the concession that the player must kill the top 10 assassins in order to make the storyline progress, so it's pretty much linear in some cases. There are numerous part-time job side quests to earn money, which can be spent on weapons, training sessions, clothes, as well as videotapes. In regards to the controls are pretty much straightforward. You do use the Wii remote as well as the nunchuck. With the remote controlling his weapon, the beam katana, and the nunchuck moving Travis around. Pretty much the majority of the attacks are using the A button, and with certain moves, including the death blow, the sword lock struggles, executing by following on-screen instructions, and yada yada yada. So I mean, it's pretty straightforward. The controls are really tight. I was really surprised of how simple. I mean, anyone could just pick it up and just start hacking and slashing away. So I mean, the controls are really nice. Something else that should be noted about the katana is that though it doesn't, the Wii remote doesn't really follow the exact position of the katana, but it is able to distinguish between high and low position, which varies the character's stance and the attacks done. In addition to attacks with the katana, Travis Touchdown can also kick and punch, and when enemies are stunned, he can throw them with a number of professional wrestling maneuvers done by manipulating both the Wii remote and the nunchuck, which is some pretty cool sequences. Also, in the bottom of the screen that you see here, every time you do kill someone, you see 3 slots, like a slot machine, and if you do have all the icons are the same in one spin or whatever, you do go into a quote-unquote dark side of Travis Touchdown, which he pretty much unleashes one-hit kills in various ways, and that in itself is pretty awesome. So in terms of the gameplay, it is pretty engaging. It is pretty simple. I mean, anyone can just pick up the controller and start playing and start killing everyone. And it's also fit for some hardcore gamers if they really want to go into, mix mashing, punch and then the katana and then whatever you would like to finish with, as well as the wrestling moves. So the gameplay itself is one of the key highlights of No More Heroes. My first con that I would like to talk about is the graphics. Now, don't get me wrong, the graphics in No More Heroes, or the style in which the graphics go around, is pretty cool, but when everything is said and done, the graphics are pretty much subpar of what even Nintendo Wii has. We've seen better graphics in, like, my last review in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, as well as Super Mario Galaxy. I know it's supposed to be kind of artistic and kind of cell block, or those little cell shades, but even with that, the graphics do hurt the gaming experience overall. There is clipping, there is texture pop-ins here and there. I mean, it's pretty subpar, like I said before, and most definitely one of the cons, one of the key cons of No More Heroes, sadly. And one last con that I found in No More Heroes is the word that they use as free roaming world, or a sandbox world. Some people compared this to Grand Theft Auto's sandbox world, but this has nothing, not even close to what Grand Theft Auto is in terms of that kind of genre. There is at least 10 places where you can go, and that's pretty much it. Everything else is going to be closed off for you. But they could have easily just made it a non-free roaming world and just use like a map, and you can move your cursor to that place and you would be, I guess, teleported over there, or you can show a cutscene where you walking or were you riding to that place. But there was really no need to have an open world within No More Heroes. My first pro that I found in No More Heroes was within the gameplay that had to deal with the bosses. Each boss is unique in character, as well as the styles that they do fight against you. And for some, I don't know how they got it, but they also managed to put some character development within the bosses themselves, which was pretty cool, and I thought a very well accomplished goal for the developers of No More Heroes. So without a doubt, the bosses are one of the key highlights of No More Heroes, hands down.
What? Help!
And another pro that I really liked, and not many people seem to embrace it like others, but it had to do, like I stated earlier in this review, was the jobs that you had to do in order to get money, in order to go and assassinate the next ranked individual. I thought this was a interesting and intriguing way to earn money in order to kill someone. And I think only Suda51 could pull this type of gameplay off, and they do it very well. It is weird. Some of the jobs that you do are weird, but nevertheless, this is what this guy does. He doesn't have any money, He only has his katana beam, and he's ready to use it. So one of the key was that got me intrigued were the jobs. So it was pretty cool. Overall, No More Heroes is a pretty decent Nintendo Wii game, and it's a awesome third-party game that we've all been wanting to get our hands on, especially Nintendo Wii users. And hopefully, with the success of Ubisoft, other third-party developers will start to embrace the Nintendo Wii, as well as Nintendo will start to embrace third-party developers. And I think that's it for my review this week. I didn't cough, so be grateful for that. Thanks again, guys, for listening to my video game review. Take care.